This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Thank you so much for joining me today. We want to share a little bit about, how to make decisions based off of what you know you need to do. Many times we make decisions based off our emotions. We are emotionally attached to whatever it may be. You know, it's that attachment we have. And we make decisions because of emotions. Like this. You see a nice car, you say, "Oh, I like it because it looks good." And it does. It looks good. But you ain't checked to see whether or not the motor is good. You ain't checked to see whether or not the sound has it been an accident. All you're looking at is what it looks like. So you're making a decision off your emotions, how you're feeling. you know, how you feel right now could change tomorrow. So when you make a decision, make sure you're making a sound decision. You're making a decision based off what you know, not what you feel, not what you think. Because those feelings change. You ever got something you had that, they call it buyer's regret or buyer's remorse? Later on you say, I don't know why I bought that. You go out and buy an outfit. Ladies, you see a dress. Oh, I love that dress. You ain't tried it on yet. You just love it. You take it home. You put it on. Gosh, it don't fit right. Don't look good on me. The color's off. Whatever. But you brought it off your emotions, how you were feeling at that moment. We do a lot of things based off our emotion. We let our emotions go before us instead of, our heart, which is aligned with our mind and our spirit, right? Those three components need to be in alignment. So every day you must work on aligning yourself mentally, right? Your mind must be set, right? Your heart, your heart is knowing. You know. You're not thinking now. Your heart knows. Your spirit already guides. So now those three components together, you can't make a bad decision that way. But if you go with those emotions, how many times have regretted your emotions? You see something, you hear something. Salespeople have great pitches. They have a pitch to work on your emotions. They know you can become emotional. You become emotionally attached to what they just said. And it sounds like a great deal. It sounds like, ooh, and they tell you those little lines, well, I'm going to try to see if I can get this marked down for you. They're not doing it for you. It's a markdown anyway. But they're making you think they're making allotments for you. It is not true. They're working on your emotions. They're making you think you're special. You're so special. I'm willing to make a chance. I'm going to take a chance on you. Okay. Buy that if you need to. But look, that's the game of selling. When you sell, you say and almost do anything to try to what? Get that sale. Lock them in. And once you sign your name, once you have made the commitment, you in. And you will never see that salesperson again. They're not coming by and check and make sure you're okay. They don't care if it's running. They don't care if you're happy. The point is they done made a sale and they're going about their business and you are left with it. I remember one time when I was purchasing my house and my realtor was talking to me about a particular house. And I think I may have shared this story before. And I said, well, I don't think I want that house because on the day that I went for the house inspection, there was a snake out there on the ground. And the inspector said, home inspector, he says, Miss Jenny, snakes don't bother you, do they? I'm out here, looking around at, the yard and everything. And he said this to me. He said, snakes don't bother you, do they? I said, yeah, they bother me. Yeah. He said, because here's one right here. And he pointed down by his feet. And he's probably about maybe 18 feet from me. He said, this here is a rat snake. They just going to keep the pests away, the rodents. I said, they going to keep me away too. I don't do snakes. I don't do no snakes. I looked at him. He said, well, I can just take the snake and put it across the fence. And I'm like, I don't care. Look, at this point, I don't care what you do with the snake. You can put it in your pocket. You can take it home. It don't matter to me. there's a snake on the grounds in which I'm getting ready to purchase this house, right? So he took a stick and get ready to shoot a snake back out the fence. And that snake started coming towards me. And I went, oh, Lord. I'm like, now I watched a lot of movies. I can't outrun a snake. And I'm a senior. I said, Lord, the snake comes. I'm looking around like, where can you jump? What can you do? I'm like, and this man ain't gonna catch it in time. And it got close enough, maybe about 4 feet from me, and went underneath these steps. And I said, how are you getting this house? He said, oh, don't worry about it. That snake is gonna keep the. I said, And I looked out there in that yard, and I saw all those leaves, right? And I'm thinking, how many snakes probably underneath them leaves? Y'all need to move them leaves so I can see. Because see, in my yard, my neighbor talks about, girl, you be on your yard, don't you? I be cutting my grass. And I said, I want to see a grasshopper jump. I need to be able to see my yard. So I cuts my grass regularly. You know, you ain't seeing my grass. My yard would never be overgrown with a bunch of stuff. I got to see my yard. And I'm looking at this man saying, honey, you can say whatever you want to say about this house. It's a great deal. It's a great neighborhood. All that stuff probably is, you probably right. But there's a snake. And I can't get that thought out of my mind. Let me tell you about me. You know, because, my mind is just, it kind of, it travels from time to time. And I said, can you imagine me in my bed sleep? And all of a sudden, my blanket move or something. You know what my mind gonna think? Oh Lord, that snake done came in. I'll be walking through the house and anything, the wind blow, anything, I'll be looking for that snake. I said, nah, I can't live like that. That sounds like stress. I don't do stress. So the realtor calls me. She says, Miss Jenny, I heard you're not going to get the house because of the snake. I said, yeah, you're correct. She says, you're superstitious because it's a black snake. I said, no, ma'am. It has nothing to do with superstition. I said, there was a snake on the ground, which means that snake, it went underneath the step, right, which made me think it's home. I'm getting ready to, buy into this snake's house. And I don't know if the snake was a mama or a daddy, cousin, uncle, and how many other little family members be standing around here. I don't do them, right? She said, now, Miss Jenny, do you not know North Carolina has a lot of snakes? I said, look, I don't want you to, to get me wrong. Because now you don't upset me. I said, I'm not ignorant to know there are snakes in the South. All over the world. I said, I'm just telling you, I'm not going to buy this house because I saw a snake. On my first chance coming into this house, I see a snake. Yes, ma'am. I took that as, you don't need this house, Jenny. Yes, ma'am, I did. That's not superstition. That's intuition. And that's a difference. She says, well, maybe you need to find something that maybe, a little different. I said, let me tell you something. And now she done mess around and, she done called. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's different than Jenny. I said, hey, let me tell you something, baby. I said, first of all, let me tell you something. I said, there's also alligators here in South Carolina, because that's where I was moving to. There's alligators here. I'm aware of that. I said, but I can see an alligator coming. And I know, first of all, if it's on my property, I would know that. I said, but now, you're talking about me seeing a snake on my first time going to see this house. I'm not doing that. I said, and let's be clear. Moving forward, let's be clear. This is my money. I'm getting ready to buy the house, not you. All you waiting for is a commission. I said, you're not going to put me in no house that I'm telling you I don't want, just so you can get me off your list and got your commission. I said, because once you sell me this house, you're not going to drop by and check on me and see if I'm okay. You're not going to come by here and remove any snakes if there's some more here. You're done with me. Once you have sold this house and I have signed my name, You no longer have a relationship with me. I'm aware of that. So I want you to understand something. This is my money. And I will choose to put my money where I want my money to go. Now, if you have a problem with that, with me, maybe you need to consider, coming out of this contract with me as my realtor. I said, because you're not going to make me buy something because you want me to buy it. Because you ain't spending your money. She said, oh, no, I wasn't saying. I said, yes, you was. I said, so I just want to make it clear. I said, when I tell you no, you don't have to keep talking to me about it. I told you no. I'm a grown woman. I know what no means. And when I say it, I'm done with it. So they wasn't emotions. That was me making a statement based on what I know and who I am. Some people chase snakes. They like to play with snakes. They got snake pets. And I ain't mad with none of them people. I ain't one of them. I don't want no snake walking and talking with me. That's just me. So if I tell you I don't do snakes, I meant just what I just said. Baby snake, mama snake, a friendly snake, or a poison snake. They're just a snake to me. Right? So, moving forward, I went looking for another house. And, she says, well, let's try maybe doing. I said, look, I don't like going back and forth about my money. I told you what I'm looking for. See, that's got to be clear. You got to first know what you're looking for. See, it doesn't matter what somebody else wants for you. It doesn't matter what they see for you. It doesn't matter how they think for you. You got to know what you want based on where you are going to be mentally, soulfully, and spiritually. That's what you need to be thinking about. Whatever it is, I don't care what you're looking for. I don't care where you're trying to go. However you're trying to do that, you got to be already set in alignment. You need to have everything in alignment. What am I going after? Why do I want that? And it cannot be solely based on emotions, because emotions change. And when it change, so will the situation, because you now change your daggone emotions. You were happy that day, so you chose that. Tomorrow you ain't happy. I don't want that no more because I ain't happy. See, that's emotions. Don't do that. You choosing somebody in your life. Don't choose somebody based on your emotions. You line them up. Can they fulfill what you're looking for? Period. Right? Don't be going off a whole lot of emotions, how they make you feel, how they look, and all this kind of stuff. Come on now. Because feelings change and people will change. Can you deal with the whole component of who that person is? I mean, head to toe, right? Do they have what you're looking for? And when you're young, you're looking for one thing. When you're middle age, you're looking for another. When you get a little bit more mature, you start dealing with things on a whole nother level. But whatever it is you're looking for, you make sure you know why you're looking for that and only that. And don't allow somebody to make you compromise on what you say you're looking for, what you need in your life. That's your life, honey. Nobody else got to make a decision for your life because nobody's going to live it for you. You got somebody trying to set you up on a date. Hey, you can go on if you need to. Go on a date. But now when you go on that date and you already know, in the first 5 minutes, that ain't what I'm looking for. Don't let nobody, try to tell you. Just give them a chance. She's really a nice person. You got to really get to know her. He really does such a thing. He got a great job. She's able to do, and if you're going to let them influence you based on what you already aligned yourself up with, that's your choice. But now, when you are in alignment, when the moment you begin to make a move and a decision on something you've already asked for. Because see, first of all, you have got to first be asking for this. Don't just fall into something because it just happened to show up at your doorstep. You riding around, talking about you get ready to go do some grocery shopping, and then you end up at the car dealership. You could be led to go to that car dealership because it's time for you to get a car. You could be led to go to the car dealership because there's somebody there you have to meet. because they're waiting on you to come to give them some answers, give them some guidance. There could be reasons why you're going there, but what if you just going there because you happen to see a nice shiny car on that front line? Oh, that is pretty. Bam, you done made a turn. Looking at this car that you wasn't, that wasn't on your list. That's not what you thought about. Because before you buy a car, a house, before you decide, for a relationship, decide I'm going to have children, I'm going to go to school, whatever it is you want to do with your life, start this business. I tell people all the time they want to talk about, I'm going to have my own business. I said, okay, what's your business plan? What kind of business you trying to do? What's going to cost for you to get started? What have you already got written down? What are you already started on? Let's go with that. Don't just go shooting things out the air just because it hits you. Have a reason for that. Why I went into that store. I was out. I had just left a staff meeting. I had a staff meeting and I'm telling my staff, I need to have this, I need to have that. I got to work on this because we got to have things done this way, right? And one of my ladies said, Miss Jane, don't be playing. When she tell you something, she don't be playing. I said, let me tell you something. You got to learn to separate business from personal. I said, y'all coming in here trying to be personal. I said, China, you can't bring that to the business. You know what I mean? It's like, when you got friends, you working at McDonald's, and you got friends coming in and talking about, hook me up. I want extra fries. Put extra fries in my bag. Can you give me a milkshake? Can I get this? They're looking for a hookup, right? This is your job. This is where you're making your money. And you trying to hook them up. And then the camera catch you hooking them up. You lose your job. For your friends who don't care. They ain't going to pay your bills now. So now you got to learn to separate the two. This is my job. Now, when we get off of work, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is, when we get off of work, you want to go hang out, you know what I mean? At the 5 after hours, wherever you go to go drink it, right? You want to go to the sports bar. You want to go to the strip club. You want to go shoot pool. You want to go to the gun range. You can do whatever you want to do after hours. We can hang tight after hours. But during this work hour, we're here to work. And I need you to know you don't mess with my money. You don't mess with how the business is going to flow. Don't bring your personal stuff in here because you're trying to get somebody this, that, the other off this money. It ain't going to work. It ain't work for you either. Right? So I said, look, this is about business. So I left there and said, I got to hire somebody. I need somebody that's going to be able to do the stuff that I need them to do, right? Because I said, I want this place to be stellar. I don't want y'all laid back here, because y'all have this laid back attitude. I said, things is always going to be just mediocre. I don't do mediocre. I want things to be stellar. I want it to pop out. I want people to come into that place and say, wow. That's what I want their first impression to be, wow, not, that's just me. That's just me. So anyway, I said, I need to hire somebody. I go into the grocery store to get some food for my little babies, right? So I'm getting some food, and the lady said, I'm trying to get this food to feed my children, right? And she says, where you work? I said, Boys and Girls Club, yada, yada, boom. And, she says, I love seeing a woman doing blah, 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 and I said, okay, thank you. Because I'm not moved by that, right? I ain't moved by that. Whether I'm a woman or a man, whether I'm black, white, whether I'm rich or poor, I'm doing something I love to do. My passion is to take care of children. That's all. That's how I see it. But if you got the mask on me, that's fine. I can deal with them too, right? So I thanked her and everything, and then she started talking to me about how she loved children. She does and she said, "Y'all hiring?" I said, "Bam! That's why I'm supposed to be in here." See, I came here to get somebody hired. I said, "Yes, ma'am, we hiring." And she went to reading off her resume to me. What she can do, what she does, her credentials, yada, yada, boom, boom. Everything she started talking about, I already knew. This is who I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody like you, who going to have some work ethics, who going to take pride in what they're doing, and you can climb ladders with me because I promote based on what I see. You ain't giving out nothing. Don't be expecting nothing from me. I tell them. I said, look. I said, Y'all talking about you want raises. I'm getting ready to do evaluations. And when I do them, it's gonna be based on what you've been showing me. And I said, and I'm gonna show y'all something right now. I called one of my staff. I said, tell them. I said, first of all, I'm a one and what? He said, she's a one and done chick. I said, that's number one. I said, and I watch what? She watches everything and everybody. I said, now, remember those two things. I'm a one and done, and I watch everything and everybody. So even if you don't think I'm paying attention to you, I'm paying attention to you. I said, I'm looking for people who have nothing but professionalism when they come to work. I don't care what you do when you get off. You can walk around here, you can hit, I don't care what you do. When you come to work, I want to see some professionalism. I said, I don't want to look at somebody hanging on their phone like you can't live without, like it's your heartbeat. I said, that's a pet peeve for me. I said, how you going to watch my children out here and you got that phone tapping on it? I don't do them. So I watch you. And so when you come to me saying, can I get this? I heard you got an opening for this. You ain't ready for that one. Nope. I can't give you that one. Because if I gave you that one, knowing that you ain't ready, that's going to hurt the company. And then it says a lot about me. Because then I moved off my emotions instead of moving off what I was in alignment with. It makes sense? Of course it does. We got to understand things. And I always got to share my story because I want you to always understand when I tell you something, sometimes I need for you to be able to see the picture. So I give you a storyline. And that way you could be able to put it with your story because you all got stories. You all got something going on in your life that you're trying to align. You're trying to get some things together. You're trying to figure out how to do, how to make something happen, make something become what you need to be. You have a future plan. You should anyway, right? You're in a present place from a past time trying to get to a future, right? And at your present, you should be always looking at your future based on the information you got from your past. How you gonna move? How you gonna move from here? What you get ready to do different? Because now, my past, the lessons have taught me some things that now I know what not to do. So when I go here, I know what to do. I know what to do now, when I get in that position. I know what to do now, when I find myself in a relationship. I know what to do now, right? When I get to a height in my life, I know what to do now. When I start feeling a certain type of way, I know what to do now. When, I got a little slight fever. I know what to do because based on my past and my lessons, I now know how to move forward to be better because we all want to get better. We want to do better, live better, right? Plan our lives better. That's how we live. That's how we do, despite whatever. So, don't let nobody confuse you. Don't let anybody try to persuade you or move you into doing anything that you don't feel aligned with. And I want to teach you about alignment because it's very important you have that, right? Like them doctors, some chiropractors be trying to align your back, your spine, so it'll line up, talk about that posture. And I try to keep that posture together, because I'm serious about that thing, right? Now, that's the physical part of me. But I also try to keep my life in alignment. And I know every second when my balance is off, when I know something is off in my life, I know what it is. I know what just happened. Now I need to recorrect it, realign it, and put it back together because something just tripped and tipped me over, right? And caused me to think different, right? I had a little meltdown one day. And I don't like having them. But sometimes you go, and you burn out and you have a meltdown. And I had a meltdown and it was like, oh my God. I said, let me walk away. And the other person was like, but I said, look, let me walk away or you take a couple steps. I said, because I'm upset and I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret later on, right? And I don't want other people to be affected because I'm upset. And when I get upset, I need to cool down. So let me walk away so I can cool down because, see, I know me. You don't know me. You're trying to learn me. I know me like you know you. And I tell people when someone says to you, hey, the conversation's getting overheated. And I think you're misunderstanding me. So let's go ahead and close this conversation for a while. Give us some time to rest, and then we'll get back on it later on. This is about business or personal. When you know that you're at a place, or the person you're talking to is at a place that they have shut down because they're no longer hearing you because they're upset. When people are upset, they can no longer hear you clear because they're upset. They got emotions rising. So you need to give them time to be able to hear, to understand, to want to hear you and be able, to release what they need. Because if you don't, somebody's going to be sorry, And so when I said, let me walk, give me some minutes, you need to let me walk and give me some minutes. Because if you ask for it, I'm going to do the same thing for you. You told me you upset, you need to walk. Go ahead, walk. Ride, drive, flip. I don't care what you need to do. But take that time. I'm good. Takes you a day, that's awesome. Takes you 4 weeks, it's still awesome. I'm good. I need you to be in a place where you could be able to communicate. Vice versa for me. If it takes me a day, it takes me an hour. If it takes me a week, if it takes me a month, to lie myself, to want to talk back with you, hey, give me that time. Because it's according what nerve it hit, what place it disrupted, and how deep was the cut. Because a deep cut is going to take longer for it to heal. And you can't get mad with somebody because you cut them. You cut them. Now you telling them, you all right, put a Band-Aid on it, and we're gonna go forward. No, you don't tell me how to heal. After you cut me, you wounded me, and you wounded me deep. I need time to heal, right? And you will give me that time. Voluntary or involuntary. I'm going to take that time to heal because this is what we must do. We cannot allow our emotions to get us in a bad place. Neither can we allow ourselves to get out of alignment trying to make good decisions because most of the time you won't. You want to make a good decision? Make sure you're in alignment. Make sure you got everything together, that your state of mind is correct, your heart is correct, and your spirit is correct. So every day, every night, you are making sure you're inhaling some good, exhaling the bad, right? You're bringing in energies and people in your life that's going to help, center you. And you're pushing things and people out your way who might corrupted, messed up, hurt, cause you to be disillusioned by different things. Every day. You can't do this monthly. You can't do this like weekly. Every single day. When you get out of bed, you make those affirmations. You make those changes. You seek that guidance. Every night before you go to bed, you make sure you get rid of a whole lot of that bad energy. So the next day when you wake up, you're not carrying it back with you again. Those things are important. Alignment. Making sure decisions that you make are decisions that you know are best for you. For you. Now, when you're in a team, you're in a relationship, you're in a business, then it's not just you that's involved. So it's got to be good for us as a team. Us as a business. Us as, husband, wife, whatever, right? But if you are making a decision because this is going to affect you, your health, your mental state, your livelihood, your finances, make sure you make a decision when you are in total alignment. That's all. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your presence. I thank you for your listening ears because we all need information. And every once in a while, we got to download the information inside of us so we can be able to what? Process it. You can't process everything on the same day. It might take you a year before you say, I remember somebody said it to me 3 years ago. Now it's processing because everything that you hear doesn't make you move right then. But trust me, if it's good information, if it's what you needed, if it's something you have downloaded and it's something you have had poured into you and you have allowed it to take seed in your life, in time, it will come forth and it will cause you to make the right decision, to do the right thing, to go the right place, to meet the right people, you will be in alignment because you have allowed yourself to be there. It'll happen. Powerful light to you. You continue to be powerful. Be full of joy and peace. Don't ever stop being who you are because I think you're marvelous. I think you can do anything you put your mind to, and nobody should be able to tell you differently. Much love to you. This is Jenny Oyal with Nuggets and Things. Be blessed.